Hey guys, Superstar0717. It's Saturday morning. F&M went pretty well last night. I placed third. I would have liked to place a little bit higher. Second would have been nice, or first would have obviously been nice. But the deck did extremely well. Really, no one was prepared for it. Obviously, people sideboard Ratchet Bombs for the token matchup, and there was one time where I didn't have an FMR and my field got nuked, but I was able to recover pretty fast with just a Huntmaster. But regardless, now I decided to test a card that I had given up on last format, or why do I keep saying last format? During Innistrad, the Innistrad pack release event, and I revisited it, and it actually won me 2 games last night, which is interesting because the entire time that I had tested with it, I really had only won 2 games with it. So I do think it needs some consideration. Now, before I get into the F&M, I'm probably going to do a separate video on it, and go ahead and check out the match report from my Wednesday tournament down below. I'm also giving away a playset of Immerwolf, so check that out if you want it. But the card that we're talking about today is Kessig Wolfrun. Now, both matchups that it won me was against white tokens, or black-white tokens, some variant of a white deck, and it was actually both tokens. It was green-white tokens and black-white tokens. And in those matchups, I just constantly got my FMRs O-ringed, and they were able to chump block pretty effectively, at least in testing. And, you know, I decided afterwards that some people have had some pretty decent success with the deck running this recently. So I went ahead and cut 2 lands and put in 2 Kessig Wolfruns. I really only got mana screwed once, and obviously I mulled out of it. I had a Kessig Wolfrun and a Forest, and I had a Reckless Waif in hand. But other than that, I didn't really get mana screwed too often. You were only running 2, or at least I was, and so I didn't see it opening hand too often. But with that being said, the deck, the games that it won me, I was able to pump and get in there for like 2 or 3 trample damage a turn when they O-ring my FMRs, and it just added up quite nicely, and eventually they had to scoop. I mean, you know, it was adding up really fast. I mean, every land that I was dropping, it was giving another one. And it's a good mana sink. You know, with Wolf-Bitten Captive, I'd rather pump into Wolf-Bitten Captive than you know, this card, but if Wolf-Bitten Captive's on the board, you can sink your mana, get in there for the extra damage, and it worked quite nicely. If you listen to the match report, or if you read the match report, I think I said there was a couple times, or if I didn't, there was a couple times on Wednesday night where I was always 1 point of damage away from winning, and I never lost because of it, but giving your opponent an extra turn is really big because they could top deck like a Day of Judgment, they can top deck, I don't know, something crazy, and it'll really hinder you if you can't take that win immediately. So with that being said, with Kessig Wolfrun, I never really ran into that situation where I was 1 damage away. I would just tap out and hit them for that 2 trample, and then later on in the game it would become really relevant, or even that 1 extra damage would become extremely relevant late game. So with that being said, I'd like you guys to give it a try again. It worked decent for me. It was never amazing. Like I said, I had a mull once, and it only won me 2 games out of, 5 matches, and then 1 semifinal, so 6 matches. So I would say out of like 14, 15 games, it won me 2, which isn't bad. I mean, I was only running 2 of them. I hear some people run 3, and I've known one of my buddies to run 4 in his wolf deck, but 4 is way too many. But give it a try. It worked pretty well. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if FMR's not on the board, this card can really win you the game. So thanks for watching, guys. Once again, go ahead and check out the match report and the free playset of Immerwolf giveaway down below. And thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace.